The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Fantastic Forum, assemble! You are watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you should stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, he is our riddle inside of an enigma, trapped in Chinese finger cuffs. You don't know him. You love him anyway. He's our silent assassin, Jay.
Hey, what's up?
All right. Next, he is our resident Dark Knight detective. He's next in line for the cowl. He is our intrepid senior reporter. It's Oz.
And let me be the first to thank you for being on tonight and guest hosting as one of our guys is down.
Wow. See how
I don't remember your name, but I'll into the show.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I'm about to introduce myself. My name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mayor Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. Oz is giving me grief because I wasn't able to be on last week. And
the week before.
The week before, I had technical difficulties. That wasn't my fault, but maybe it was. I don't know. Either way, I'm back. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. We got a great show for you today because we are going to be doing a couple of comic book reviews. One of A Calculated Man and another for a book called Parker Girls. So we got that going on. Plus, if we have time, we'll get into some comic book and geek news. So we got all that happening. And of course, whatever else it is that you all want to talk about. So, and we'll tell you how it is you can get down with Fantastic Forum in just a moment. But before we do that, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, because without him, this whole show would not have happened. So thank you, Scott. Hope you're doing well. Good, sir. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm just realizing we can't hear from the intern today, can we?
I probably should have had that ready.
I keep saying we should have it on the board here.
No, I agree. You have said it. And wait a minute. Hold. Wait, can we bring in a stream real quick?
No.
No. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. It is friggin' the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our non-inevitable brawler, and resident strongman, Moses Magna. What are you doing here?
Wrong number.
Wrong number. New phone. Who this?
Yeah.
Look, you look like you're out in the wilderness for real, friend.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him at first either.
Yeah, you told me to call you when I got here, so
Well,
I did.
yeah, just to let me know you got there safe. I'm like,
I got here safe.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
hey, I'm not mad at you, man. Welcome to Fantastic Forum.
There's no cell service, just Wi-Fi. So
I'm sitting here like I'm like, how are you even calling us? You look like you're like, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're cabins, obviously, but that does not look like a place that has Wi-Fi. I'm not mad at you.
yeah,
He's better lit than all of us too.
yeah.
I know.
Look,
You got that natural sunlight.
I tried all my shots. Like that's too bad. This one's just right.
There it is. No, absolutely. Looking magnificent. I'm out here like, you know what? Let me shut my lights off. I'm like, I'm done. Like these trash lights. No.
Yeah.
But so I was just telling the good people that we're going to talk about A Calculated Man and Paper Girls. And ironically enough, I was just saying like,
Parker.
I'm sorry, Parker Girls. What did I say?
Paper.
That makes sense. Parker Girls. I'm sorry.
Still can't spell.
And I was just commenting on how we don't have the intern with us today. and we were talking about, oh man, like it's not on the board, like which we've been saying we should, but we have not. And lo and behold, Moses Magnum shows up, and look, and do you have the intern there with you?
I didn't bring the intern with me. No.
Well, look, that would probably been a bad trip.
It's too weird. It's too weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I'd have to bring all of you.
Definitely a lawsuit. I know.
I'd have to bring all of you if I brought her. And,
Indeed.
So
cool. So if you want to get down with Fantastic Forum, we do have a few different ways for you to be able to do it. You can go to fantasticforum.live. If you want to call in, just like how Moses Magnum did just a moment ago, you can do that. Or you can go ahead and hit us in chat, either through the YouTube chat or the Twitch chat. And Jay, why don't you insert a witty chat comment here, friend?
Tiger Claw says, so I saw Oz's big dick on YouTube today. Does he have room if he gets a huge dick in the future?
Oh my God.
I just saw that too, man. Look, I was gonna tell you guys, hey, I made a promo video to tease his dick tease, and I was gonna tell you guys if you want to play it, I forgot to put it in the drive. So luckily Tiger Claw promoted it.
There it is. There it is.
It's up. It just came up this morning, and
Oz's big dick came up this morning.
Yeah, right at 10 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, right after breakfast, it was ready to go.
Oz's big dick was right at the crack.
Right at the crack. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know what we're talking about, please go to our YouTube channel and please check out Oz's package. I'm not sure I'm helping. Unless
you actually explain the whole concept, like you're not, and then it loses all its fun.
Yeah. But trust me, you won't be disappointed. Go to our channel. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Or your money back. Double your money back.
Oh dang! Wow.
It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing.
I feel like that's just called prostitution at that point. Reverse? Oh, okay. There it is.
All right.
So
well, you guys have a good show. I'm gonna go finish getting drunk. So,
sounds like a plan. Enjoy yourself.
Thanks, man. See you.
Oh, that was nice.
Man, I don't have any of those sounds on this PC.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Wait, was that your dog, or do you have a chair behind you?
Wait, what? Oh,
I don't know. I saw
the dog's walking around.
Oh, okay, cool. I saw something move behind you. I'm like, Oz is in the house. Run! Run, goddamn. It's like, I will not be a part of that friggin', what's that joint called? Which one of the murder movies is it, Jay, that has the people on video conferencing?
Unfriended. There
you go. And everybody watches while each other get murdered over friggin' voiceover, like VO. What is it? Internet protocol. Like, it wasn't like Skype or anything, right? It was like,
no, what's Skype?
Oh, what's Skype? Oh, mm-hmm. I thought it was before Skype. Okay, I'm like, why is everybody watching each other get murdered on Skype? And I'm like, oh no, Bobby!
Well, they're watching because if they don't, they'll die.
Well, but people are dying anyway, right?
Yeah, but it's one thing to sit and hope that you don't die. It's another thing to say, fuck it, just take me out now. It's like they're watching because maybe there's a chance they'll get out of it. Like they probably won't, but if they leave, they're definitely not getting out.
So is the premise that as soon as they try to get off, they try to sign off, they die?
Not when they try to sign off, because it's a ghost. They're being haunted through Skype. So if they do something that the ghost doesn't like, then the ghost kills them.
I mean, look, I just love how you said that. Like, it made perfect sense. Like, even in the realm of supernatural stuff, like a ghost haunting you through Skype sounds weird to me. I don't know. I'm like, what?
Look, I can deal with a weird premise as long as it's done well. So, you could say that sounds weird. I'm like, dude, I enjoyed how it turned out.
That's fair, and that's what's important at the end of the day. So,
Okay, I found something.
uh-oh.
I haven't previewed this, so there might be cursing. No, sorry, no, that's
Is that it?
no.
Man, that sounded
This
fantastic.
week on Fantastic Forum. Tune in to Fantastic Forum Live Wednesday nights.
No, that's not. That's crap.
It's true. Tune in Wednesday nights. Like if you're watching us right now, you know how true that is.
Tiger Claw says, did you see the trailer for Wednesday, the Addams Family series on Netflix?
I haven't actually seen the trailer. I
Wasn't
did
really a
notice that it
trailer,
went.
It was just that shot of Wednesday, and then the hand comes up.
Oh, it's a
It's
teaser.
a teaser. Yeah, it's a teaser. It's not really a trailer.
Oh.
Unless the trailer came out within the last couple hours.
I'm just trying to figure out like who wants to see that.
Is it like just Wednesday?
No, it's the whole family, but I think it's going to focus on Wednesday now that she's a teenager.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of interesting, but I don't know. Tim Burton's kind of been a shell of his former self lately.
I don't know. I'm just like I feel like the Addams Family, like they made that movie in what was that? The 90s?
So the official
The-
teaser was 10 hours ago. And it's minute and a half?
Uh-huh.
If that's
When
what
I
you saw us.
No, it was like 40 seconds. It's just a
Okay,
shot
so I
of
guess
Wednesday.
this is the
and
new
it's
one.
snap.
So they did a teaser and another trailer in like a day?
No, the original teaser was like 2 months ago.
Addams
Oh.
Family Values was 93.
93. Okay.
Yeah, this
And has there-
trailer, this teaser is like 2 minutes long.
Is it though? Like I've been tricked before. Like it's actually from the Netflix site.
Yeah. It's from Netflix's YouTube channel. It's on Netflix's YouTube channel.
No, but he's saying Netflix has tricked him.
No, not Netflix. Just I've gone to sites where like, oh, it's the trailer. 30 seconds.
It's definitely Netflix.
And then it's like 30 seconds, and then it'll either repeat or it'll be like another version of the teaser. And then
Oh my
I'm guessing
gosh.
he's watching it right now.
All right,
Yeah.
exactly. Like
Either that or he's
Piranha's
laughing
in the
at my
pool.
foolishness.
huh?
Oh my god, this looks amazing.
It does it, Joe? It looks
She
amazing.
put piranhas in the pool. Like, that's awesome.
Sorry. Did you guys hear that?
And they
We
started eating people. Like, there's actually blood in this one.
Oh, it's
What-
Netflix.
What was the last good Addams Family thing that came out?
I hear that animated joint wasn't terrible.
That doesn't
I've
sound
heard
like
a lot of
endorsement.
people liked Addams Family Values.
That's the one that you said from '93,
Yeah,
right?
That's the last one. That was the sequel. And
Right.
I thought it was okay. I remember at the
Yeah.
time it wasn't like a huge thing, but talking
But-
to people now, they're like kind of fond of it.
No, but Addams Family Values, I thought like those two movies were good, but they made like 2 movies since then, right?
No.
Just the animated ones.
Oh, I thought they made a live action movie since then, or a TV show or something. Like, but maybe I'm wrong. But
Dude, that trailer looks really good. Like, I watched it with the sound off, but that looks interesting.
okay, yeah. I mean, hey, we'll see how it turns out. Like, Addams Family, generally speaking, can be good, but yeah, I guess
You know-
we've waited long enough.
I saw the promo of the cast and I wasn't feeling Morticia, but now seeing her in this trailer, I might be back in with her.
No, she looks good, I thought.
Yeah, in the picture, she looked a little weird. Like when they just showed the picture of the cast, and they
Mhm.
still haven't showed Uncle Fester. But yeah, watching her in this trailer, she looks good. She looks fine.
Who's playing Gomez?
Uh, you'll know it's a guy you'll recognize. I just
Oh,
forget his
okay.
name. He's like in everything.
He's in everything. I
Yes.
believe it.
Everything.
I believe it. All the things.
Think of a Mexican you see in all the movies.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
The thing is, you probably do, and you don't. Luis Guzman, that was his name.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's in everything.
Oh.
Like
He is in a
that's
lot of
the name
stuff.
He's
You're
in
right.
everything.
Yeah, that's an interesting pick for Gomez. I like it.
Hey, he looks more like the comic.
He looks more like the comic.
Yeah, did you ever see the original Addams Family comic?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. He does look like. I had to think about it. Yeah, like damn. Actually, he does look more like the comic. That's crazy.
I like the original TV show Gomez. Like that's my favorite Gomez. But like visually, this dude looks a lot more like the comic.
Yeah, man, that's interesting. All right. Well, hey, we will see how that turns out. So, yeah. So, like Tiger Claw did, you can get in on the show if you like. Feel free. Jump in. Jump in. The water's fine. The water has piranhas in it, according to Jay.
He's chatting at us through Twitch, but you can also use the chat on YouTube. We get both.
Indeed. All right. Well, shoot. I guess we should get to it, huh? All right. Let's do some reviews.
I don't have a thing for that.
Uh-oh. Does Moses have that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we talk about a TV show, I can do that.
If we do news, I can do that.
I love it.
I can do all of these because I gave the original sounds to Mo, but they're in a different computer.
I need y'all to we need to do it a cappella style then. Come on. So Jay, you do the bass, and Oz, you do the high notes, and I'll do the sound effects.
I'm not deep enough into my beer for that.
Wait, how many beers does it take for you to actually be ready to do the bass, Jay?
Like 3.
3? Like Jay's like, not a lot, just 3.
They need to
say it again, Oz.
I want them to make special for Jay a popcorn flavored beer.
Uh-oh. Jay be drunk and on that popcorn at the same time. Oh no. I've seen that one time.
I don't know if that's because not everything that's solid tastes good as a liquid.
Joe's telling you that from experience.
Popcorn is mostly butter anyway.
Right, it would be like drinking butter.
Butter beer. Look, I just had some almonds that were Korean barbecue flavor, and goddamn if they didn't taste like they had meat in them.
Have you had Korean barbecue, Oz?
Yeah, I had it like just a couple days ago.
Nice. And the almonds taste like Korean barbecue?
Now it said Korean barbecue, but I was in the Thai place.
Oh.
No.
Did you cook it yourself?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know, man. May not be Korean barbecue.
Yeah, if I'm cooking it myself, they ain't getting a tip.
It's Korean flavor. Korean spices.
So,
all right.
So before we get to the reviews, so let me just get this straight. We're not doing Prey. We're not doing Harley Quinn. We're not doing half the things you listed in that chat that one time.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm just a black man caught up in the mix. Like, why are you telling me this now? Why don't you put this in the group chat?
You've been gone forever, and Mo yelled at me because I said the comic he suggested sucked.
He did tell me that he yelled at you, and I was like, oh. What comic did he suggest that you yelled at him?
The Space Age Superman garbage.
Oh, you didn't like it, huh?
No, I told him I didn't like it so much I didn't even finish it. I couldn't. I was done. And then he got mad and yelled at me.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, Oz. I
Speaking
feel
of speaking of people of color, are we doing She-Hulk?
yeah, we'll probably do She-Hulk next week, but we can probably we can like I would love to talk about Harley Quinn and or Prey.
Does
So
She-Hulk count as a woman of color? Because
No.
like originally she's white, right? And then but then she becomes a different color.
Yeah, I don't think that's how
She's
that works.
she's transracial.
Oh
No.
man, like white people turn all different colors. And it's like green is just another one, man. It's no big deal. still a white lady at the end of the day.
All right, I guess we can do these reviews.
Okay. A Calculated Man. It is a book from writer Paul Tobin, and it is about a ex-mob accountant who's gifted when it comes to mathematics and numbers, that decides to get, or I don't know if I want to say decides to get out, but needs to get out of the mob and goes into witness protection.
No, it's a
And-
decision.
I mean, well, we'll get into it. but either way, he's an interesting cat because or a different kind of dude because of his affinity or gift for numbers. It kind of puts him in a weird kind of social spot because he sees numbers and everything, and he also
Yeah, like
can't
the
lie.
old cop show, Numbers.
It is
It's basically
similar
that
to
guy.
I don't think he's the guy
But
for
for the
numbers,
mob.
though. Is he?
I mean,
like,
he's that
feel
guy
like
with better hair.
the guy has better. The guy in the comic definitely has better hair, but I feel like the dude from Numbers is not quite as socially awkward. He's just nerdy, you know. This guy is like almost like on the spectrum.
Trust me, Numbers guy was on the spectrum.
Okay. But it's the story about him basically being in this witness protection, but at the same time realizing that if he's going to have a life, he has to get rid of the people that are trying to kill him, find him and kill him. And so that's basically the story of A Calculated Man. So, Oz, why don't you tell me what were your kind of initial thoughts on this book?
First thought the art bugged me a little bit because dude's got a huge head.
He
And
does
I know
have a big head.
they're trying to make the hair make it look bigger, but like his forehead is huge. But then they tell you how smart this guy is, and okay, I figure it's a visual thing. No, it was fine. I want to call the story average, but I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, you know, if I call something average, people think, oh, it must not be good because you didn't say it was great. No, it's fine. It's not badly written. It's not a bad story. It's actually kind of interesting what he does in this book, and at the same time, there's a story with the cop that was assigned to him in witness protection, and I only read the first one, but I feel like when we get to the second one, he's leading a double life again, which is
Dude, Mo's gonna yell at you.
Which is weird.
Mo's gonna yell at you.
Which is weird because he has this thing where he can't lie. Like he cannot lie. So Yeah, it's an interesting book. Were we supposed to read more than the first one?
I mean,
think-
there's only 2 out so far, so
Yeah,
you could have, but you didn't
two.
have to.
I didn't want to.
You only got 1/3 of the story instead of 2/3.
I got enough.
Joe's gonna yell at you.
Well, and that's what I mean. While the story is interesting, it's not interesting to me enough to get the second book. But I
Gotcha.
finished the first book, so it was more interesting than that god awful Superman story from last week.
Dang! Look, Mo's out here. His lips twitching right now.
He's not even
He's
a
like,
DC
"Yeah."
guy. I don't even know what. Whatever.
He's an all red guy.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Well,
All right.
if he wants to vote for Gloria Allred, that's on him. I'm not going to tell him who to vote for. I'm not even sure if that's a legislator. It might be a judge. But I'm gonna have to look that up now. That's just the first Allred that popped in my head. No, the story's fine, art's fine. I enjoyed it. I recommend it. Not something I'm not gonna read the second or third one.
Okay, that's fair. Jay, how about you? What were your thoughts on A Calculated Man?
My thoughts.
I have to do something.
Okay. My thoughts. I thought the art was interesting. It's kind of.
You should mention.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no! I was gonna say I should mention that the art is by Alberto Albuquerque.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the art is kind of cartoony, but kind of off too. But I enjoyed it anyway. That one chick is got some really thick hips. Like not really thick, but thick for her.
Which Jay? Who are we talking about?
I don't remember her name, but the one that's taking over for the black guy. Like her hips are thick.
I heard they don't lie either.
I don't remember her hips being especially thick, but okay.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't. You're not looking for. That's not the kind of thing you're looking for. You're not looking at what people look like. Like, yeah, you don't care. Like, the person could look like anything, and you would be just the same. Like, it's like I don't know why you don't care what people look like, but it's fine. It's not something you look for. I look at people, and I look at what they look like.
Okay. Well, we'll take that.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the book is really charming. I like the characters. I like the death.
Okay.
And overall, yeah, that's my initial thought. That it's really charming and full of death.
There it is, and that's a plus for Jay. Now, I will say for me, like I think this is one of those books that the title intrigued me initially, and I assumed that it had something to do with math based on like the cover and whatnot.
Wait, hold on. I hate to interrupt you, but I just want to complain about this Comixology app for Windows because 5% of the time it works and 95% of the time it doesn't.
Okay.
So I'm trying to pull up how thick this chick is, and I can't do it.
Wow, she is thick.
It's
is she that thick?
Fuck.
And certain
fuck Comixology and their new shit, and Amazon fucked everything.
Oh, jeez.
Right.
Here, look, I'll pull it up for you. Hold on. I'll share. I got a screenshot here. And so.
Yeah, there's the page where they They just got their coffees and they're walking down the street, and man, there's some thickness
There
there.
you go. Is that like? I mean, she has hips, but is that like super thick?
Yeah, for her, that is super thick.
For, for her. Oh, I love it. I love it. Also, too, let me show this cover real quick so that people can see what you're talking about in regards to what the gentleman looks like in his forehead. Let's see. Here we go. So,
Yeah, and the cover didn't really like bother. Actually, really
Oh.
like that cover. That's a nice cover. But it's like the first page
Yeah.
you see him, like it's just huge.
yeah, no, I do agree with you that I do feel like the like in the book, his head's even bigger, or comes across bigger. Maybe is the better way to say it. But
I mean, you get used to it.
yeah, no, I mean it's like it's the design of the character, you know, and it's like it's one of those things where it's interesting because I've seen that guy. You know, like with the full head of hair, but his hairline just starts back here. You know, and it's just like, I mean, it's what happens, right? So, you know. But what I will say is this particular book, you know, I knew it was going to be math related, which intrigued me just because I'm like, hey, not everybody can write a book that has like math stuff in it. So I was just like, oh, let me check it out. You know, and I liked the cover design and the way that the title kind of incorporates the like algebraic and equation type.
So basically, you're saying you doubted Paul Tobin's ability.
No, I'm not saying I doubted his ability.
That's what it sounds like you're saying.
Well, listen, I don't know.
Not everyone can write math, and you're looking at Paul Tobin. I don't know if this guy can write math.
Listen,
so check out the. Like,
does it get more mathy in the second issue?
Paul,
a lot of math in the first one.
And I think that's the whole point, right? Where it's like at the end of the day, it talks about like it doesn't do hard math stuff in the series. It alludes to math, and that's fine. Like nothing wrong with it. It's still a good and interesting story. But I was wondering if it was going to be like hard math kind of stuff, or if it, you know, was.
Yeah, I was expecting him to like shoot at someone and like see the calculations of the angle that he has to shoot the gun and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think,
yeah.
What was that TV show with Chickless as a superhero family?
Oh,
whatever that was. The son had that genius superpower, and I remember an episode where he joins the football team and they actually show that like he has the football, he's a quarterback, and he does the calculation and he turns it at just the right angle to throw it just right. And like that's what I was expecting when you brought this book up, and from the cover.
Yeah.
And you don't get any of that.
You get it. It's like science. It's like science fiction, right? You have hard sci-fi, then you have soft sci-fi, and this is just soft. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I feel like you do get it. You just don't get it. Like it's not The Martian. You know what I mean? Like
I think you get it more in the second issue.
You get a little bit more. I don't know. It's not like I don't remember. And keeping in mind that, you know, I'm sure you've read the second issue more recently than I have. But was there like I don't remember a lot of like hard equation type stuff in it or anything like that.
Like they don't say the equation, but they talk about how he does math in order to shoot. Like he goes to the shooting range and he uses math to like hit the targets. And he uses math to like make millions in the stock market.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and so I think at the end we're probably saying the same thing, where it's just like it's a little softer in regards to how it does it. Which and the thing is, like, what one thing I really enjoy is reading, whether it's books or comics, about people that are supposed to be really smart, and not everyone can write that well. I felt like Paul Tobin could. just to put that out there, like I felt Paul Tobin could write a smart character, and I think he did. But at the same time, I feel like like Paul Tobin doesn't necessarily, like, he's not writing the character in such a way where it feels maybe potentially less accessible, or like for instance, Mo's always talking about how he's not smart enough to actually read Jonathan Hickman, and which, that's not true, obviously, but he always makes the joke. And Jonathan Hickman's, like, Fantastic Four, when you're talking about, like, Mr. Fantastic, sometimes it goes deep into, like, high concept type stuff that would make sense for Mr. Fantastic to be talking about. But your average person may not necessarily, like, they might just be like, oh, Reed is over here reading, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to, like, being like, dang, yeah, that's for real, you know what I'm saying? Like, that makes sense. Or that sounds like it could be possible. But at the same time, he has, of course, people like Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm to play off of that kind of stuff, and everybody has a viewpoint. I feel like the character in this book doesn't necessarily get all super heady, but you mess around and you get to still understand that he's a really smart guy. Like, it doesn't fail in that respect at all. And it also puts him in situations where he can show off that, he's thinking ahead and using his intelligence to try to make situations ideal for himself.
And he has a good memory.
Yeah. It's like one of those people that basically remembers everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Listen, if I could just remember what happened earlier today, I would be happy. Like, I feel like that's a win, let alone just be like, like, it's interesting because, like, a little bit, this book, in some ways kind of like I guess reminds me of, like, Limitless, if you remember that movie or TV show, where you
I don't know if I saw either one of those.
Oh, you should
but
check
I
out
did
Limitless.
see the one, Senseless.
I don't.
Was that called Senseless?
That's unrelated, right?
No, it's about a guy that has all his senses heightened, and he uses it to get ahead.
I watched Sixth Sense.
Wait,
hold on, I gotta look up this movie now.
Wait, but is Senseless? Is Senseless like? Okay, I get it. He has heightened senses that he uses to get ahead, but it's not related to Limitless, right? It's just it's a different thing.
Movie.
It's a Marlon Wayans movie?
Yeah, Marlon Wayans and Matthew Lillard. It's like a weird science, but he makes himself super sensitive, I guess.
And he plays hockey.
Marlon Wayans?
Yeah, it's called Senseless. Okay, yeah.
Like, I love how you just put that out there. Like, oh yeah, it's the same thing. Like what? Why? Like, why not just bring up Daredevil then?
I mean, if you want to talk comics, sure.
But just the idea, like, it reminds me of that, just because, yeah, the guy, he takes a pill and it makes him like basically fire like or use parts of his brain that most of us don't normally use, and he's able to remember random stuff that he's seen from a long time ago and put put ideas together now because he remembers all this stuff. And yeah, it sounds like it was a cool movie. It's a cool TV show as well, ironically enough. But
What was better? What did you say it was called? Limitless?
Yeah.
Limitless or Lucy?
Lucy was good. I enjoyed that one.
Because
Yeah,
that's the same concept, right? I haven't seen either one.
No, or I mean, yes, I guess, but different in the
How
sense
so?
that, well, like Lucy is like a sci-fi movie, or well, I guess Limitless in a way
Limitless,
is
isn't it?
too.
He doesn't like
They
the
both
movie.
they both
led
do
by a
things
female.
to enhance their abilities and senses
They don't
and
like.
brain
I mean,
power.
they're
They
they're
both do
both
things
in.
to let them use more brain power.
It sounds like it's
That's
practically
true.
the same movie.
It's not.
Yeah, just one has
because
killing and one doesn't.
that's not true. They
Does
both have
Limitless
killing.
not have?
There's
Lucy
a lot of
has
killing in
right?
Limitless.
No one who said a lot. You said killing.
I said more killing.
You said one has killing and one doesn't. And I'm like, that's not true.
Oh.
Limitless has killing in
Limitless
it,
has
but
killing?
yeah, man, look, you got to watch it. You talking about stuff you've never even seen.
No, I'm good. I'm good with Lucy.
I know.
Between Lucy and Senseless, I think I'm good.
It's like, so what I'm saying is Lucy, which is not a bad movie, but you know, at the end of the day, it's about like it leans more into the idea that she gets like psychic powers.
No, it
And
doesn't.
sure it does. What are you talking? The end of that movie's all her killing people with telekinesis.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens when you use the rest of your brain. I thought you knew
Well,
that.
not leaning
not-
on
not-
that. It's
not-
just
not in
what
Limitless.
happens. It's
No.
not a lean.
Like that, I'm not saying it's. I never said it was leaning on it. I said that's what it
You
turns
did.
into.
No, you said leans into.
Well, but that's what the movie devolves into. Basically, it's not about smart people. It's about telekinetics.
No, she's smart.
I'm not saying that she's not smart. I'm saying that it's not what the movie's about.
No, she's so smart she becomes telekinetic. Like,
But
I
so
mean, realistically, the Limitless dude is kind of dumb. Like,
how,
can't do that
you
stuff.
don't know nothing about the Limitless dude. You've never seen it.
That's true. I didn't watch Limitless.
Does he get telekinetic powers from his intelligence?
No,
And he's
no,
not as smart as Lucy.
no, that's not true.
I
You
think
know
it
what
is.
happens when you
I
use
think,
100% of your brain.
I think telekinesis makes you pretty damn smart.
I don't think so. But hey, I digress.
Yes,
A calculated man. No one has telekinesis in a calculated man either, and I guess that's why it reminds me of Limitless. Because
It reminds me of numbers.
well, yeah, because you've seen numbers and you haven't seen Limitless.
It reminds me of House.
Right, exactly. Just put out random stuff. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Rihanna. Because you know how big Rihanna's forehead is too? Just like that dude.
Oh,
It's like,
no, God damn, I forget
Not
her
as
name.
big as Mira.
Mira? Like, you're talking about Home Chick?
Aquaman's wife? Or Aquaman's? Yeah. Aquaman's
No, but you're
wife.
talking about the actress, like Amber Heard?
No, I'm talking about the character.
What? Mira's
Rihanna's forehead
that
isn't as big as Mira.
Mira's forehead
Like, it's
isn't
pretty
that big.
big. It is big. It's huge.
Mira comic book, or are we talking about Amber Heard?
No, you talk about
Comic
the comic
book.
book. Yeah, it's like, no.
I mean, she's got
She's
that.
always had a
smart.
big forehead.
She's always wearing a crown. How do you?
A crown that accentuates her forehead.
So, yeah, but I really like. I I wasn't quite expecting what I ended up getting from the book, but what I got, I was like, this works for me. Like like it's unfortunate because I feel like uh, almost every comic book I read these days that's not like a superhero flick feels like it's like the dry run for a movie, and I'm like, I could see Paul Tobin trying to get this optioned. Like I could see, or I guess the better way to say it is, I could see a studio trying to option this from Paul Tobin. Because it's like it feels like that kind of thing, especially when it's like, okay, it's three issues, like that's like perfect movie length. It's like I could see it. So, Jay, how'd you feel about the art?
I liked it. Like, even though it was weird, I liked the cartoony aspect of it.
Yeah. And actually, let me see if I can pull up another thing here. This is like one of the opening scenes here. And this is actually a good, another good opportunity to see the forehead. There you go, Oz. Now let me put it bigger for the people. But yeah. So yeah, it does have a little bit of a cartoony kind of thing going on for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad thing.
No, I would agree with you. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing either.
Also, fuck that guy. He got what he deserved.
The guy in the trunk?
Yeah.
That's fair. So Oz, why don't you tell us what was it about the book that made you kind of feel like, I don't need to read another issue, or I'm not going to go seek out number 2?
It's just a regular story. It's like when you're watching TV and changing channels, and you come across a show that seems interesting, and you watch the whole episode, but you don't need to watch the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. It's not something I'm really going to spend a lot of time reading.
Like Numbers.
Probably. Look, I might have seen Numbers on while watching TV and never bothered to look up another episode ever again. So yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how Numbers is. Like, it's weird because it was on for multiple seasons, and it's like, I guess everyone just watching it and not coming back was enough to sustain it.
There's
I guess it was staggered.
There's a lot of shows like that. Like,
although I know Lawrence probably watched all of them, but
I did.
I watched like 1 or 2, and that was enough for me.
I remember Bones was a big deal. I maybe watched 1 episode and I was good. It's a lot.
I can see that.
That's what this book felt like to me. It's not bad. I'm sure people love it. It's just not for me.
It's better than Numbers.
I'm pretty sure when you flip over the other side of the book, the back cover, it says that on the back. Better than Numbers.
One thing we didn't talk about is he's basically on Tinder talking to chicks. Mm-hmm. And these conversations are super funny.
They are
interesting. And I know the first issue had a bunch of them. I know, Oz, you probably didn't. You skipped those.
I flipped through it because I was looking for that page you said where he's trying to be Daredevil or something with math.
But yeah, it's an interesting extra that they didn't have to do but adds a lot to the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like it's an interesting, or one of the interesting aspects is the fact that the guy he can't lie. Like he's not, and I don't even know if like it's something about the way his brain is set up, like he can't do it.
He says
Not even like
he's like incapable of lying.
yeah,
he
It's not
commits
a
direct,
choice to him, I don't think.
right, and
he
that's what I was
commits
gonna say.
direct, but he can't directly lie.
Right.
Right. Like he frames other people for the murders he commits, which is technically a lie, but it's more of a misdirect, right?
Right.
That's how you justify it.
I mean, I think more than anything, it's like, you can make somebody else, or you can make somebody think something that's not the case, but you can't tell them, like he can't tell a lie. It's not like he can't, like he was the accountant for the mob, so he can obviously do illegal stuff. It's like his actions aren't the issue; it's his words.
See, and actually, now you bring that up, that kind of bugged me a little bit too. Is
Why?
He said the reason he wants to leave the mob, and that he tells the mob boss is, look, I want to have a relationship with a woman, and if she asks me what I do, I can't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't have to lie if the mob boss tells you you can't tell her what you do. All you have to do is say, I can't talk. I'm not allowed to talk about it. That's not a lie. But he can't just say that. He could always just say, look, I'm an accountant, and I'm not allowed to disclose my clients.
You're not gonna. You can't just, if a woman asks where you work,
right?
You can't just forever tell, like, she's gonna leave at some point. Dude, if you don't tell her what you do for a living, if you can't tell her what you do,
you could tell her you're an accountant. You just tell her, I can't talk about my clients.
I don't even understand how Oz is even saying this. Like he's not in a relationship. Like it's like what thing can you keep from your wife that you're just like, well, listen, I just can't tell you, and she's gonna be okay. Like what thing can you say that about? Name the thing, Oz.
Security at my work.
Nah, I don't believe it. It's like, I'm sure she's gotten something out of you. Don't worry, don't tell us what it is, Oz. We want you to keep your job. No.
She doesn't even know where I'm working when I'm not. Like when you guys see me on location, she has no, like, she knows where I'm staying. She has no idea where I'm working.
Yeah. No, I mean that I believe.
She's never asked, so I can't say, oh, I told her I can't tell you. I don't think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're already deep in a relationship. You're not trying to build a relationship.
That's true too.
Which is a different thing.
I
just think it's funny that the whole reason, like, do we talk about him going to kill everyone?
Not explicitly, no.
Okay. Yeah, basically he decides he has to kill everyone in order to be safe. And it's funny, like, this actually didn't have to happen. Like, the mob did it to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he would have been fine not talking about them. But, kids are just fucking stupid.
Indeed. But, yeah, it's really interesting, the whole idea too, like, because he can't lie, he's trying to start these relationships like Jay mentioned. And yeah, he's on the dating app, like, doing text messaging and DMs and whatnot. But the woman he ends up connecting with is into role play. And so he can, like, tell her things that he's actually doing. Like, he doesn't have to lie to her. He just, when he does it, he makes it seem as though he's doing the role play, but he's actually telling her the truth, which I thought was actually a pretty interesting concept. And I was like, wow, like, I wonder how long they're going to be able to, like, keep that going. And it turns out like they're doing a good job of being able to keep that going. Like, into
I actually like the one girl where she was like, oh, like, do you do illegal stuff or dangerous stuff? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, I'm intrigued, but I'm smart too, so I'm gonna have to let you go.
Yeah, he can keep that role play up as long as he's killing people. But once he's done, like, if he can't lie, he's not gonna make up a murder.
He's like, yeah, I'm at the grocery store.
Yeah, so I want to read that book. What happens when he's done in his relationship with this
There
chick?
it is, the epilogue. Yeah.
So, is there anything else, or are we ready to rate this?
I think we're ready. So let's start with you, Oz. What would you rate A Calculated Man?
I'm gonna say 3. It's
3 out of
fine.
5.
The art's fine. The writing's fine. I don't have any issues with it. I'm just not interested.
That's fair. Not for you. Got it. Jay, what about you, bud?
I'll give it a 5. It's way more interesting than Numbers, which is kind of a shit show.
Damn.
What? It was. I mean, no offense to the people that like it, but yeah, Numbers was awful. Especially the first couple seasons where the dude is solving all the crimes and his brother is like, no, we don't want you solving the crimes. And it's like, why does that last for 2 seasons? Like, after the first 3 times he solves your crime for you, just like, let him solve your crimes. Like, I don't get that. That happened to Monk, too. It's like, dude, just let the weird man solve all your crimes and just... It's weird. Like, it's weird it takes so long to start bringing the people in. It's like, they know what the fuck they're doing.
See, Monk, I loved. I love that show.
No, Monk is great. But at the same time, why did it take them so long to, like, bring Monk on? Literally the first 2 seasons is him not wanting Monk anywhere near the case, even though he solves the case perfectly. It's weird. Like, it shouldn't take that long to convince someone of someone's work.
There's an episode where he reads a newspaper from France and then calls them and tells them how the murder happened.
Yeah. He's good.
There it is. Okay. As for myself, I'm going to give A Calculated Man a 4 out of 5. I liked it a lot. Wasn't perfect. There are little things here or there that I would have liked to have been different. But, yeah, it's a fun time. And, like I said, it's probably going to get optioned one of these days. And whatever they make it might even be like, elevated version of what we get here, which is crazy because this is good. So, yep, cool. All right.
Hold on.
Next,
real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Uh-oh.
Was there a cat in the story?
Yes.
Okay. I don't remember. There's a David Mack cover that I was looking at, and there's like a cat featured prominently, and I was trying to remember him in the story, but I can't.
Is it a bodega cat?
It's brown. I don't know.
That's not what that means.
I don't know what the hell bodega
the bodegas are the stores. They have like the little convenience stores on the East Coast that call them bodegas, and cats hang out in them.
Oh, so there's a cat. There's a cat in there with a mustache.
What?
In the book, he's stroking the cat, and it has like it looks like it has a mustache, but I guess it's where his whiskers are.
I was about to say, I'm like, you mean fur?
Sorry, I got this. It's a good cover. David Mack is a talented artist, it turns out.
Yeah, man.
And there's like less numbers, and he uses words. Whatever. Move on.
Oh man.
Speaking of covers, and I'm gonna just put this out, even though Mo is not here. I think he listens to the show.
Yeah.
I hope so. I would hope Mo would be listening either now or later. But hey, Mo, Sweet Paprika 12 is gonna have a white cover. So you're gonna want to make sure you ask your comic guy to save one for you or order one for you.
Where does the what's the cat do? I don't remember. It's in the first issue?
The one I saw in the first issue is hanging out when he's talking to the guy in the trunk.
Oh, right.
And that's it. It's just there for like 2 or 3 pages, and then I don't think it shows up ever again. At least not in the first issue.
Yeah,
Well, it's
you know
not
how
a
it goes.
calculated cat.
Calculated cat. Look, you know how it goes. Like sometimes you when you're telling your artist like, hey, I want you to do a cover for for this book. Maybe all you have is the first few pages, of the book finished. So you're just like, no, it's about this, that, and the other. And you're like, okay, well, let me see the character. Like, okay, I'm gonna send you the first few pages, and maybe that's it. Like, then, like, I guess there's a cat and there's this dude. He's like that's what he went with. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, well, here you go. Like, it's so funny because in the David Mack cover, it's like his forehead's not that big either.
No, it looks normal as hell.
Yeah, like David Mack didn't understand the assignment.
Yeah, there's also no numbers on it, so yeah.
I forget who did it. Someone did, like, one of my favorite cover stories is this one guy, and I can't remember the guy's name, but I don't know if that impacts the story or not. But he was basically only told that it's a story about the White Queen. And so he does this like really sexy Emma Frost cover.
Oh,
and then the story ended up being about when she was a kid.
Right.
And, like, coming up.
Right. Damn, who was that? I remember the story because it was a controversy and yeah, they friggin' drugged that dude through the streets or whatever because they're like, why would you do this and over sexualize her, this, that, and the other? And he was like, I didn't know. He was like, what are you talking about?
Right.
It's messed up. That's how they do these poor artists sometimes, man.
Obviously, he didn't understand the assignment.
Say again?
Obviously, he didn't understand the assignment.
He did. He wasn't given the assignment.
Yeah. All they told him was that it's a White Queen story.
Yeah, it's messed up.
God damn, like you can't type sexy Emma Frost cover into Google because you're
what do you get? All of them?
A lot of what the hell was it? So at some point she had like shorts where like there was a button that comes up to her belly button.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that's weird. I mean, it's sexy, it's hot, but it's weird.
Hey man, Emma Frost is out here like that. Like, I'm pretty sure that might have been the outfit she had when she first got that secondary mutation, so she could turn into Diamond. And she's like, oh, like as if she was wearing clothes before, but she's like, now that I turn into Diamond,
and then her top like naked comes like around her boobs, but there's nothing connecting it. Like, so she's using double-sided tape or something to hold it up.
Mm-hmm.
Is that her tertiary mutation? Is holding that outfit up?
There it is. She has little fingers on her nipples. They hold the outfit.
Holding up for dear life.
They hold the outfits. It's like, we got you.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Look, they should have made her a telekinetic. That would have made sense then. She's like Cable. She's like, I hold my outfits together with my powers. So,
no, I like the corset better. Makes more sense.
I mean, it's classic. Like, I mean, realistically, Emma Frost has been, especially like in this whole Krakoa era, now that she's been doing like high fashion stuff, like she has a lot of amazing outfits. So
That is true.
Anyway, let us talk about Parker Girls. Jay, why don't you tell us about Parker Girls and what it's all about?
So Parker Girls, it's kind of a mystery intrigue story. Starting off with one woman on the beach investigating an embezzler and going to the wife of I think he's a billionaire or millionaire, who ends up dead on the beach. And the Parker Girls are trying to solve this mystery because she was one of them. And she was keeping an eye on said millionaire and or billionaire for them.
Yeah. That pretty much rounds it out. And so we should mention it's Terry Moore who does the writing and the art. And this book is also a spin-off of Strangers in Paradise, which, you know, as a classic kind of series, but I'm ashamed to say I haven't read any Strangers in Paradise.
You know, it's
And
funny. I remember back when Strangers in Paradise was big, and we were just talking last week about gatekeeping, and that was one of the focal points of comic book gatekeeping, where people would say they read comics, and they were like, well, do you read comics or are you just reading Strangers in Paradise?
Yeah.
And then it was like, people were like, well, yeah, if you're just reading that, you're not a comic reader. You just like one book.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. I do remember that. And it's huge. And it won, like, what, a few Eisners, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, you know, it's a critically acclaimed series and has been around in multiple iterations. Like I mean, because I don't know.
There's
It
even
started
a
like in
kids
that
version.
Oh, there is? I did not know that. But
I'm planning to get it, but I can't right now. I need to get the other one first.
Right. Wait, so have you read it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm going backwards. I'm starting with Parker Girls, then I'm doing the one serial killer, and then I'm going to Strangers in Paradise Kids, and then I'll go to Strangers in Paradise.
Like, Strangers in Paradise has been around since like the mid-90s, right?
Yes, I believe that is correct.
Which is crazy. Like, you know, that, and yeah, like that's crazy. So, you know, but it's one of these things where I feel like what made me kind of not really pay a lot of attention to Strangers in Paradise was like it was described to me as like a slice of life kind of book. You know, like it, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's literally about like a relationship or relationships falling apart or something like that. Which again,
debuted in 1993.
That's crazy. So yeah, and so for me, it was kind of like, especially like 1993 is like, was I even reading comics in 1993?
You should have been, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was reading comics.
Could you read in 1993?
Like you were reading X Factor at least.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was reading X-Men in the early 90s. So like, yeah, in like 90, 91. So, okay. So it's like, but I was like a straight slice of life book was not something that I would have like enjoyed back then, you know? And, you know, my taste would have only become, like it's only like I guess in the maybe latter half of my comic book reading where I'm like, okay, no, that kind of stuff interests me more. So it's one of those things where like maybe I might be able to appreciate it more now. But it's crazy because I'm just sitting here like reading this book. I'm like, how did we get from the like relationship drama thing to the whole spy espionage, or the whole like it is obviously some sort of organization. I'm not exactly sure, what it all is because again, I haven't read the other stuff. I'm sure that if you've been reading Strangers in Paradise, you 100% understand what Parker Girls are. But
real quick, this is from Wikipedia, but it says principally the story of a love triangle between two women and one man. Strangers in Paradise began as a slice of life dramedy that later expanded to incorporate aspects of the crime and thriller genres.
Yeah. So there you go. So yeah, it's like one of those things where I'm like, if love triangle kind of thing is where we start, I'm like, wow, like this is interesting where we've ended up. What is that? 2+ decades later. You know what I'm saying? Like, or oh damn, actually, like I guess it's almost 3 decades.
Yeah, you're old.
Listen, okay.
I know I am. Shit.
So Oz, what did you think of this book?
It's fine.
Oh,
I like.
Oz says no.
There's 2 stories going on in this book. The one that Jay mentioned, and then there's one with the couple at the beach. I like the story.
I mentioned that one too.
Oh, I thought you just mentioned the murdered girl.
No, I mentioned the embezzler.
Okay. Yeah. So the embezzler story I thought was interesting, and I like that. And how many books were we supposed to read?
I think there's only one.
Okay. Whew. Right. I'm gonna get yelled at a little bit this week. So yeah, I like the embezzler story, and that actually has a conclusion by the end of the book. Didn't really care too much about the other story, but you don't get a lot of the other story either. So if like the second book is delving into that story a lot more, then maybe it'll I feel like they could just be setting it up, and it's obviously going to be more important later. But I did like the secondary story going on. They're probably going to connect at some point. I don't know, but it was fine. I didn't care enough about I assume it's got to be like the main story of the murdered girl. I didn't care enough about that story to pick up the second issue. I feel like I read a story beginning to end, and I'm good with it. I don't know if the Parker Girls are. It feels like it's some sort of private investigative group or something like that, or maybe like some secret organization like the Black Widows was, or something like that. Not government sanctioned, but still highly organized and spread out there. There's probably a better way to say that, but I don't think I care. I might pick up the second book if there's another fully encapsulated story like the embezzler story was in this one, because that was interesting. That was kind of cool. It took turns that I wasn't expecting, and I think the way it ended was great.
So. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, I enjoyed that story as well, and it's interesting. Like what, like the decisions that this guy makes, like they're really wild. they're really wild. And and it's wild because what I liked was that it kind of, you know, while you're reading the story, you think of it one way, and by the time you get to the end, it kind of recontextualizes all the things you heard beforehand, and that's pretty cool too. But yeah, it's definitely intriguing.
There's one thing that maybe might make me pick up the second issue is who was the guy with a knife on the beach? Because I feel like unless that was just some random dude, like if there's a reason he was there, like it just I need to know. Was it a random dude that was just out to murder another random dude, or was he like there? Was he hired? Did somebody know he was an embezzler? I mean, he just gets wiped out so quickly that I want to know. And if they discuss that more in the second issue, you guys let me know, and I might pick it up.
Okay, I will let you know.
Because that was just weird.
Jay, what were your thoughts on Parker Girls?
Oh, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought the stories were pretty interesting. Definitely with the murdered girl, it's more set up than actual story. But I was intrigued. Plus, with how much I like the embezzler part, like I'm definitely in to like read more.
Yeah. And how did you all feel about the art?
I liked it. Like it's got its cartoony moments, but overall, I mean, I don't think they hurt the book. And yeah, basically, like I like it. Like, what's her name was pretty cute.
It's fine. I don't really see any big issues with it. I'm kind of like not too into a book that's just black and white, but it's not a deal breaker, and the art in it still it's fine. There's nothing wrong with the art.
Yeah,
I can see.
You know, I will say that I was for some reason I was thinking that the book was going to be in color.
Because the cover's in color.
Well, yeah, but you know, a lot of comic book covers are in color, and the book is in black and white. But it's interesting because I was just like, oh, like I don't know, for some reason it threw me off, and maybe it is just the cover. Like I was just like, oh, but I don't know, something about it, and it's well, it kind of threw me.
In the cover, they show you this girl's tattoo, this flower tattoo, and the ring, and it's specifically an emerald ring. So it makes you kind of think. I don't know. When I saw the cover and I saw like that flower, I thought, oh, this purple flower is going to be a thing in this story, and it kind of is. Like it does show up in the book, but it's not like it's not in color. I don't think anybody cares that it's purple.
Yeah. So this is just an idea of what the art looks like. And yeah, I mean, I agree that, like, I feel like the art definitely serves the story. And especially, like, you know, I mean, if you're talking about like a writer artist, it's like it's consistent, and you know, it's solid art. We've definitely seen other books that haven't done it as well. So yeah, I think that intriguing is really like the word for this book, where I was just kind of like I felt like it did enough for me to kind of wonder what's going to happen next. And it still did give us one full story. So That's a good thing too. Yeah. What like I guess the only part of it that I will say that I was like kind of a bit taken aback by was like how gullible this guy is. Because
Wait, why was
like
that an issue?
I just like if you're a guy and you just like embezzled or stole a whole bunch of money, it's like why like you like I don't know like and maybe this is just my inner geek or inner nerd talking, like I'm just like just a random woman walking up to you like, hey, you know, I'm gonna solve all your problems and have sex with you. Like I don't know, that feels like a really too good to be true kind of thing. Like why would he just go with that?
Well, she laid the groundwork before he mentioned the embezzlement.
No, but no,
Like,
Yeah, it
there's
started.
It
no
don't
reason
matter.
for him to think that she's after the money when she's offering to pay for dinner and drinks.
Look, it's all a red flag to me. Look, I don't know. I don't know these women. It's like don't don't get me wrong. Like I'm not gonna say a woman's never bought me a drink or a meal because that's not true. Like, and I'm not saying that it hasn't happened. Maybe after me not knowing them that long, but I don't know a woman coming
No,
out the gate.
I've met these women because it's not like just that it just happened. Like she says, like I've been watching you mope around like a lost puppy for like a couple of days. You obviously need someone to talk to, so let's go talk. She doesn't get into the sex until like they're deep into the date.
Okay, again, like this just look. I'm a cautious dude, so I was just like I automatically like if I don't know. Like I said, I'm just different. Maybe I didn't see the hips earlier either, so apparently there's something wrong. So, but I don't know. I would just be like, oh, and I got all this money. Nah, nah. I'm like this feels like a trap. It's a trap, you know.
I mean,
But
realistically,
hey,
how would she know about the money? Like,
hell, it's not my job to find out how she knows. It's just my job to assume. It's my job to assume she know. It's like, no. I know I got all this money in this bank. Nah. And then to be like, okay, well, she's like, hey, I crypto. Like, what? I work in crypto. Like, dude, I don't know. It feels like
Well, what? Look,
all,
once you get to that point, he's drunk.
that's
Like,
you know what? You're right. You're right. He was drunk.
Messed up. They're like 2 bottles in.
Mm-hmm.
Into the wine.
You're right. He was drunk at that point, so I'll give him that. But still, I would like to believe, even if I was drunk, I'd be like, "You talk about crypto? What you talk about Superman's puppy? Nigga out here with Superman puppy." So but yeah, but it was a cool story. I did like it, and
Look,
I'm intrigued by the other stuff that's happening.
Just because I'm kind of looking through it right now. When he actually tells her the dollar amount, like she does a spit take.
right.
So it's like she's at least acting like she didn't know.
Right. No, hey, absolute. Trust me, man. Look, I'm 100% like when this whole Fantastic Forum thing takes off and we're counting our FF millions. That might be it. Like I might be closed for business. No new friends. Because I'm a cautious soul. Like I'll be nice to everybody still, but I'm like my circle is circled. I'm good. You know, like I'm like I got these 3 dudes. I'm fine. You know, I don't know if I need anybody else. I'm good. It's like, oh, I don't know if I need to know you now.
I'm not even gonna remember Liz's name.
So
I see.
should we rate?
I see what he did there. He waited till I drank in like the Mo fashion. I see. Okay, if Mo's not here. I was like, I'll pick up the mantle. Look, you would about to be a new laptop. Yes, we should do some rating. Let's go. Jay, what would you rate Parker Girls? Number 1.
I would give it a 5. I enjoyed the art, the story, the characters, the nudity, the violence. It's all good.
Okay, well there you go. Oscore, what would you rate Parker Girls number 1?
Is there really nudity though?
A bare ass is a bare ass, and it's like a really good ass. Like
I said it's well. This book is well drawn. I wouldn't mind a little shading here and there, but hey. I guess 3. Like I said, I enjoyed reading it. The art's fine. It's not. It's a $4 book. I mean, if you see it in the stand, it's worth picking up. You get at least a full, complete story and set up for book 2.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's fine. I give it a 3. Pick it up.
There you go. I'm gonna give it a 4. So we basically rated this book the same as we did the Calculated Man. Yeah, no, I liked it. I liked it, and so it's the only thing that I probably wouldn't have minded was maybe a little bit more of an explanation on what the Parker Girls is as an organization, but I'm sure that's coming.
Paradise.
Right, and that's the other part too, right? It's like, yeah, you could totally, like, I'm sure a part of this is like you know these characters, or you know some of these characters from the previous work, but what I can say is it felt accessible. Like I didn't feel like I was out here like lost or anything, but I'm just like, I don't know what they do. I just know that they're an organization and they got pulled. So, okay, cool. All right. So,
Speaking of crypto,
uh-huh.
I did end up seeing the Dumb Super Pet movie.
Oh, really?
It was fine, I guess.
Which is what I said, right? I said it was. I didn't say it was amazing. It was fine.
Yeah, I liked Lulu. She was kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that joint.
Why?
I mean, I'll watch it when it comes on TV, maybe, but
it's not gonna come on TV. It's not that. It's never gonna make it to TV.
What do you mean it's not gonna make it on TV?
Trust me, I wouldn't have watched it too, but as it happens, the timing aligned. Like it ended up, the movie ended perfectly for me to go and see Bodies, which I did want to see.
Bodies. That's the J double feature. Super Pets and Bodies.
Well, it was a triple feature because I saw Fall after that.
Okay.
But
jeez.
Yeah, it was fine. There was a couple of jokes that I laughed. I think one of the jokes that I really loved was when Batman says, I miss my parents, because it literally comes out of nowhere. Like, no one's even talking about shit, right? Like, Superman's like, yeah, crypto loves to play, and Batman's like, I miss my parents. It's like, like out of nowhere. Like, that one was kind of funny. But there are a lot of unfunny parts, too. Yeah.
It's funny you said it like it was a feature, not a glitch.
It's a kid's movie. You know?
Yeah.
I do like when Ace and Batman are both like telling their origin story at the same time.
Yeah, that's one of the parts I did not like.
Oh, I thought that was cool.
But I will say, as far as Ace's origin story, I actually did see a video like that recently where a baby was about to crawl down a flight of stairs, and it's a cat, and the cat comes and like grabs him and then goes in front of him and starts pushing him backwards. And if Ace had just done that, he'd have been fine, but he decided to bite. It's like,
Yeah, Lawrence, when Ace was a puppy, the child was gonna fall down some stairs, and he grabbed the child by the arm with his mouth because he's a dog, pulled him back, and then the parents come in and just see the kid crying with a dog bite on its arm, and they're like, "Well, obviously we can't have this. Fuck this thing."
Mm-hmm.
But that's what made it funny, because Batman's like, when I was young, my family was taken away from me. And then the dog's like, when I was young, I was taken away from my family. It's just this like, it's like the same origin, but it's like, yeah, you have to be there. That's okay. He was there and he hated it anyway.
and Oz is right. The Jessica Cruz design was not good.
That's not Jessica Cruz, man. That was awful. I hated that. I was so mad. But it's an Elseworlds tale, so I can't be too mad.
I like that her and the squirrel end up with, like, she ends up with him as a pet. Like,
No,
that's
I hated
pretty
that too, because they made the squirrel Chip, and that's not Chip.
cool. I know, but I'm not as big a Chip fan as you are, so I can let it slide.
I
Right.
ordered a whole.
And she does mention Chip, like she mentions they were dating, except she thought they were she thought he was his pet, or she thought that Chip was her pet, and Chip thought they were dating.
I
That's
ordered
weird.
a whole John Stewart statue just because it came with a Chip statue.
Really?
Itty bitty Chip statue, but I had to get this like massive John Stewart. Whatever. I make bad choices.
Speaking of bad choices and John Stewart,
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't look like Jessica Cruz at all.
No. It's
no, it
horrible.
doesn't.
Why does it have a donut?
I don't know.
Like, why would they just not put the lines on it? Like at the top and at the bottom.
I don't know why they had to make her hair green. I don't know why they couldn't just do the single eye patch thing that she actually does. Like there's only change like two little things, and I'd be more okay with it. God damn,
Is
she
one of
got
them
the
the
hips, too.
donut? Like putting the lines on the donut?
Honestly, I'm not that cool with the body type for her.
And
You
there's
just-
a lot of hips.
I thought you loved hips.
I like hips, but if a character doesn't have hips and you put hips on it, it stops being that character.
I don't know. Man.
Look, the hips is like thing 6 on the list of things wrong with that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, yeah.
She's not on there long enough to really make a difference anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. So what were you gonna say, Jay? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, speaking of bad decisions and John Stewart,
Mhm.
I watched Beware My Power.
I
Oh
didn't even
man,
realize that was out. Damn.
It is out,
see,
and
look, how can Oz not know? Like I'm saying, like DC's done something wrong if Oz doesn't know that movie came out.
I've been busy.
No, it's not your fault. Like, dude, you not watching it and not knowing it's out are two different things. And I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying that they didn't promote it right. That you should know. Like Green Lantern stuff is like stuff that you look for that's on your radar.
I haven't seen anything about this movie since the time that we were going to discuss it in the news story, or we talked
Right.
about it on the show, and I had to
Mhm.
actively search for it at that point.
Yeah.
Since then, I've
Mhm.
seen no promotion for that movie.
Yeah. That's so
it's
crazy.
not well promoted. Like, I found out about the release on accident, like from a listicle.
No, not a listicle.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so now I know what we're talking about next week.
Oh, there you go. See?
Oh, Jay already says it's not good.
Well, it's not. I can't say it's not good. But it does have some issues, and it's definitely not as compelling as First Flight.
Does Chip show up?
No.
What about Badge?
Who?
Badge.
Badge?
Yeah.
No.
Just the other rodent Green Lantern.
Yeah. Buzz?
No.
None of the animal lanterns show up. I'm out.
Yeah, none of the animal lanterns show up. Unless I missed them because,
He's a fool.
well, I don't want to spoil the story for you, but they may have been in the background of a certain scene and I just missed them.
What about Mogo?
No, he's
Mogo-
not in it.
Man, I don't. This isn't my Green Lantern Corps.
I mean, honestly, he was lucky to get into the Emerald Knights movie.
I remember the trailer, and I remember thinking it's weird that he's got that leather jacket all the time. Like he's not Guy Gardner. I don't know why he's got that jacket on. It
Yeah.
looks like if Constantine got a ring, blackantine.
I don't know. I feel like we're treading dangerous territory here.
Right, we should move on. Are we doing news?
Yeah.
I think I have a news button,
Okay, cool.
but it's an old news button.
Let's do it.
Comic book news. We should have a like current. Well, not like that, but like
Classic.
Damn it. Sorry.
We're bleeping stuff out now.
So with the whole bullshit that's going on at HBO Max, a lot of shows are leaving this week. Aquaman, King of Atlantis, Close Enough, Dodo, Elliot from Earth, Esme and Roy, The Fungies, Infinity Train, Little Ellen, Mau Mau, Messi Goes to Hokkaido, Mia's Magic Playground, Mighty Magiswords, Odo, and OKKO are all leaving the network this week.
Wow.
And that is a goddamn shame.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
why
I'm
is
glad
that
I don't
happening?
subscribe to them anymore.
There was an Aquaman TV show.
Dude, it was so good. Like, it's a 3-parter, and it's actually really good. Like,
Maybe I don't like DC as much as I thought I did.
Well, I mean,
piggybacking on that news, CW was sold.
they sold the whole network?
Yep. Warner Brothers sold CW to Nexstar. I never even heard of them, but apparently they're a big thing. And Nexstar is predicting that CW will be profitable by 2025.
Is it not profitable now?
I guess not. If it got sold,
Okay. Or I guess they're just saying they'll recoup their money.
Who knows? But they bought 75% of it. I mean, it's not 100% sale.
Okay.
And
I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening over there at Warner Brothers with this whole merger with Discovery, and of course, like we talked about, or actually, I shouldn't say we talked about. I guess you all talked about. Oh no, wait, I was there when we talked about Batgirl, right?
yeah, well, I mean, I just ranted about her every week for a while when I had to watch it.
No, but I'm talking
no,
about.
you're
No, I'm
thinking
sorry.
of that woman. He's talking about the Batgirl movie.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about CW. I thought he was talking. I thought
No, the Batgirl movie. Yeah, like, like that. Like basically, it seems like they're like the head of the studio over there now is like trying to rechart what they're doing in regards to the comic properties and with the DC Universe stuff. And so yeah, they axed Batgirl. They axed that Super Friends movie that was supposed to happen.
They
It seems
asked
like
that it's not really Gotham Knights TV show.
oh, the one that was supposed to be like the about Gotham City. Like, was that the one that was gonna
That's
have
the one
like
with
star Commissioner Gordon?
the supervillain kids. No, not the
Oh,
not the one, the spinoff from the Batman movie. I actually haven't even heard what's up with that one. And there's supposed to be a Penguin TV show too.
I did hear that they're gonna keep moving forward with the Penguin TV show, definitely.
Why?
But I mean, it's Colin Farrell, and the Batman was somewhat successful, I think. So
Why?
why was the Batman successful?
No, why would you think a Penguin movie is a good idea?
I don't even know if it's a movie. Is it a movie?
Or a TV show? It doesn't matter. Why would you do anything with Penguin?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But that, like, they're doing that, and you know, there are people that are pretty upset that the Batgirl show, I'm sorry, the Batgirl movie got axed, especially in light of all the stuff that's going on with Ezra Miller. And you know, people are like, well, what about this Flash movie? But you know, I don't know. I mean, I think it all boils down to quality of the pictures.
The Flash movie is teetering on the edge too. There's a story out where there were 3 options on what they're gonna do with that movie. I think one was where Ezra Miller actually seeks counseling, and they just take him off the promo tour, and then I forget what the other 2 options were, but it seemed like,
okay, one option was Ezra Miller gets counseling, he explains his actions, and they kick him off the promo tour. One option was they ignore him they just don't speak about him, and release the movie with no mention of him. And the third option is just scrapping the movie completely.
yeah. So the options are on the table, and I have also read that they're reshooting a lot more of the third act for that movie, and Batfleck's doing a lot more work these days.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll see.
And then along the same lines, you know, like Jay, you were just talking about HBO Max. You know, they haven't. Well, Harley Quinn hasn't heard anything about renewal yet, but they feel good. Like the camp, they reported they feel good about their chances in regards to being picked up again for another season.
Greg Weisman has mentioned that there's been no word of a Young Justice pickup, but no word of a cancellation either. He has no idea what's happening with that.
Well,
Young Justice is still out there, huh?
Well, I read a story that said that they actually did get word that it was canceled. And so, was that recent that he said that, Greg Weisman?
It's probably a day or 2 ago.
Yeah, no, I think it happened today. And so, yeah, that's what I was going to say was that, you know,
Let me hop on Twitter real quick to see.
Like Young Justice is actually canceled, which sucks because, I mean, the show was
literally like the best superhero show on right now.
Like series wise, it's really, really good. And yeah, I think you're right. Like, you'd be hard pressed to, like, Young Justice basically is,
God damn,
like,
yeah,
the
I'm
DC
that story now too. Yeah, it is canceled.
So hold on.
So
Okay.
yeah, but that's like a hard blow right there because it's a real quality show.
It looks like something else is also happening with Summer Camp Island, where they might
I
not get
mean,
to air their last season.
oh, it's already made,
Yeah. Um,
and they're just not gonna put it on HBO Max.
I don't know. The creator, a tweet from her says, "We worked for 5 years to make 100 episodes of animation. We worked late into the night. We let ourselves go. We were a family of hardworking artists who wanted to make something beautiful, and HBO Max just pulled them all like we were nothing." She says, "We worked through the pandemic to make 20 linear episodes. You will see them. I will not rest."
Oh man, season 5 was gonna do some Dark Side and Apocalypse stuff.
Oh yeah,
I need to
dude,
watch
you should watch it.
I
Like,
should.
you would really enjoy
I
it.
love. I before it was canceled the first time. I watched all those episodes and I loved all of them. And I
Mhm.
don't know why I never got into them when they came back because I
Mhm.
apparently when it came back, it's been better than the original.
Mhm.
Yeah,
No, I mean it's just each season gets better and better.
And moving to streaming let them like kind of stretch their legs a little bit in far of what they can and can't show, and they use it responsibly.
Mhm.
By the way, in the same story that I'm looking at for the cancellation, they're also noting that Warner Brothers registered Harley Quinn season 4 on the Entertainment Identifier Registry, whatever that is,
Okay.
suggesting that it's being renewed. They just haven't made it official.
Right. So
And
it's a wild thing. I know that when I read the thing. Oh, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say Harley Quinn's a good show.
No, it is absolutely. Um, I can say it's wild just because I feel like for some reason, like Greg Weisman makes these amazing shows that keep getting canceled. And I don't know why. Like I don't know what it is about the shows that he's making, and because it doesn't seem like it seems like people want his stuff, and it seems like when it comes out, people that watch it are like, "Wow, this is great," but I don't know if it's just not enough people watching it, or I don't know if there's something about I don't know. Like at this point, I'm sitting here like I don't know. Like I don't know. Greg Weisman talks to people crazy. Like I've met him in person. He seemed like a real nice guy to me, but I didn't get to do any business with him. So I don't know. Like it's weird to me because I'm just like the show is really good, and it's like if you want like superhero content, like he's making that for you. Like that's incorporating like almost your entire universe. So it's like, why would you not just keep going with that? But I don't know. I guess they got a different thought, different direction. Maybe they want it to be more R-rated, like Harley Quinn. I don't know.
Greg Weisman didn't mention anything about it being canceled. I don't see any tweets about it. And as far as yesterday, he was still talking about it not being picked up.
Yeah. Look, today he got the news, and he's just like, look, maybe he's crafting the statement. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't want to go with his. He was like, I'm not gonna put the tweet out today. If I put the tweet out today, it's gonna be crazy. Mike Smith gonna be like, listen, Warner Brothers is some sons of bitches. He's like, don't ever watch the Discovery Channel ever again, goddamn. It's like,
dude, I'm about to not like if they get in the way of Summer Camp Island, I'm gonna have a huge issue with them.
What is Summer Camp Island?
It's about a magical summer camp where everything is alive and it's run by witches.
Okay.
And it's an anthropomorphic thing. So you have your main character Oscar, who's an elephant, and Hedgehog, who's a hedgehog. And they kind of just have adventures.
That's fair. It'd been awesome if Hedgehog like wasn't a hedgehog. It's like Hedgehog. He's a chicken. It's like, wait, what? Like, okay. Yeah. All right. What else is happening news-wise? Like, yeah, I know for me, I was just like kind of blown away by that particular bit of news because I was just like, oh,
The
like,
HBO
I don't know,
Max
man.
news is just fucked. Like a lot of those
Yeah.
shows are really good, and they deserve to have a place where they are streamed. Like OKKO is brilliant. Like I don't know if you guys have watched that,
I have
but
not.
it's an amazing show.
Okay.
And of course, Infinity Train
Yeah.
is fucking amazing.
Wait, are they still doing new seasons of that, or are we just talking about the original?
The original.
Okay.
We haven't gotten a new season yet.
But they're like,
are we getting, or
there's 4 seasons of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're not getting season 5.
okay?
But yeah, they deserve to be streamed. They're streamable, watchable on stream. And HBO Max is fucking sucking hard right now.
Yeah, if you're not making new ones, at least let us watch the old ones.
Yeah.
Infinity
Yeah, that's
Train
it.
was
Like,
a good show, especially the
I'm
first.
not sure it hurts any to do it, but maybe it does. Maybe it costs money that we don't know about. I don't know.
I know Owen Dennis, the creator, is kind of pissed. He
Yeah.
changed his the bio for his Twitter
What did he
to
change
talk
it?
about how you can only get his show through pirating now.
Damn. Yeah, man.
Which I still have it on Amazon. But it should be more available to more people.
Indeed.
I'm glad to know Jay's not pirating.
Yeah, I don't pirate. Or I try my very damnedest not to.
Indeed. Anything else that we should mention? It's like I know we could keep ranting about Warner Brothers, but we should probably stop. Like it's like we're just gonna be angry. Like there's already a angry nerd comic book nerd channel, isn't there? Like I don't know.
For those who have not heard yet, Dragon Ball Super Superhero comes to theaters this Friday, August the 19th. It's a story about focusing on Piccolo and Gohan, and it should be pretty good.
I've heard
From
good
what I hear,
things.
the buzz about it is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm a Piccolo fan.
Yeah, Piccolo's great. Dude, have you heard about that? Have you heard about the one Dragon Ball game? It's coming out. I forgot what it's called. But you basically play as like civilians or like weaker people.
Oh, yeah.
Like trying to escape from Cell.
Yeah, it's one of those asymmetrical games. Yeah, like where you know it's like almost like how they did with Friday the 13th, right?
Right.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I don't remember what is it called.
It looks really good.
The Breakers?
I think that is.
Yes. Dragon Ball Breakers. That actually looks really good. Oh, the
Yeah, I
trailer
mean,
looks amazing.
it does look like it could be fun. It's definitely one of those things where it's like I'd have to play it to kind of see. But that's not a free to play game, is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah. It's like that. Like it's definitely one of those kind of games. Like I would want to try that first before I would buy it. But it looks like it could be fun.
It's not free to play, but it looks like it's $30.
Okay.
You have a
I think
release
that's
date on that?
Let me click on
$30 is
that.
definitely a step in the right direction.
PlayStation 4. The week of October 14th. It just says you'll have it delivered between October 14th and 17th. October 14th being a Friday, so I'm guessing that's when it comes out. And it's on Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. So 2 months from now is it release?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dan Povenmire's new show, Hamster and Gretel, is available to watch on Disney Plus. The first 5 episodes. So if you're a Dan Povenmire fan or a Phineas and Ferb fan, might be worth checking out.
Is it Hamstring and Gretel?
Hamster.
Oh, Hamster.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
It's about a girl and a hamster who get superpowers from aliens, and they go around saving the city and fighting bad guys.
October
Makes
14th is
sense.
the release date. But it was like right in front of me. I don't know how I missed it. And it's $30 on all 3 systems.
Okay. Cool. Anything else before we get out of here?
Nope.
All right. Well, shoot. Let's do it. Oh, wait. Does Mo do final thoughts music too? Jesus.
Yeah, he does.
Damn it, Moses. All right. Oz for the win. Okay.
I'm clicking the button though. I don't know why this one doesn't loop like the rest.
Jay, final thoughts.
This week is pretty lame.
The end. Got it. Oscore, final thoughts.
Watch me talk about my big dick on YouTube. And I just realized Terry Claw is asking me what happens if I get an even bigger dick. Do I have room? There's always room for more dick.
Okay, there
Yes,
it
it
is.
is in my bedroom now. Don't ask.
For the entire Fantastic Forum, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you. We'll be back next week. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear about, what you want us to cover. We would love all that feedback, all that input. Until then, we're the Fantastic Forum. Good night.